Hi guys, it's Mrs. Cerami with part 2 of 5.A, day 2. I'm going to try to toggle between windows. I've never done this before in a Mac, so if this messes up, then I'll just have to redo from the point, so just bear with me. So the last assignment, we were finding the x-intercepts. It was in x-intercept form, and I showed you how to graph the polynomials. You'll be doing a lot more of that in pre-calc, so this is kind of just the basics behind it. What we're going to do today is find the zeros of a polynomial when it's in standard form. So again, standard form is for quadratic is ax squared plus bx plus c. Standard form for higher degree is just higher degree all the way down to the constant. So if we want to find the zeros of this function algebraically, you want to put it into intercept form. So you're going to factor if you can, and if we can't, we'll see what to do in the next slide, and then set each factor equal to 0. Okay, so when we're factoring this, we're going to have x plus 4 times x minus 2, and that's what f of x equals. So we take each of these factors and we're going to get x equals -4 and 2. So if you have it in standard form, I would always try factoring first. It's just quicker. Here's AC method. So we want to find two numbers that multiply to equal -12 and add to equal 4. So we're going to have 6 and -2. So we're going to rewrite. This is good practice of AC because you will be needing to know this both for the SAT and for pre-calc next year. So again, this is just AC method that you learned in Algebra 1 and we reviewed again this year. Take out the GCF, 3x times x plus 2. Take out a -2 and you're left with x plus 2. Take out the common binomial, x plus 2 times 3x minus 2. Set each, and again, this is all g of x, set each of these equal to 0. So x equals -2. And then x equals 2/3. For this guy here, we could take out the GCF, which is x, and we're left with 3x squared minus x minus 2. So again, one of our factors is definitely going to be x. So we know x is going to equal 0. Now we have to find the two factors with this trinomial. So we know if we want to do trial and error, we know that it's 3x times x is going to give us 3x squared. And this can only be in a 2 and a 1. So we're going to put 2 and 1 here so that we have a product of 2 and a product of 1 that we're going to subtract and then get a -1. So then we're going to get x equals -2/3. Sorry guys, my pen's a little off today. -2/3 and x equals 1. All right, for this one here, GCF is 5x. And when you take out a 5x, you're left with x squared minus x minus 2. Factor the inside polynomial. It's just regular factoring now, no AC needed. So x minus 2 and x plus 1. You have three separate factors with x. So x equals 0, x equals 2, and x equals -1. That's just a review, but what we're going to do is we're going to find zeros if we can't factor it. So let's assume that we cannot factor this at all. So what we're going to do is we're going to use our calculator. Okay, so we're going to graph this, and I'm going to try again switching over. Let's see. All right, so we're going to put in our calculator again, press y equals 2x cubed minus 4x squared minus 6x. So you can see what to put in your calculator by following mine. And just to show you the graph really quickly, press graph. All right, you can see that there's going to be a maximum, a minimum, and there's 3 zeros. You can actually eyeball the 3 zeros. That means it would have factored nicely. So the 3 zeros here, again, I'm not sure if I can write on this. Let's see. 3 zeros would have been x equals, can I write on this? No. It would have been x equals -1, x equals 0, and x equals 3. But let's talk about how to find the zeros when they're not nice integers. So we did this before. This is just going to be a quick review. You're going to go to second calc. You're going to calculate the 0. So you're going to go down to number 2 and hit 0. You're going to go start on the first one. You're going to go below the x-axis, and then you're going to go an arrow above it. And when you hit enter, it gives you your first 0, -1. Okay, so now we want to calculate the other 0, because again, most of the zeros we're going to have are going to be decimals, but I just want to show you how to do this before you deal with decimals. So now you're going to start above it and then go below it and hit enter, and we get 0, which we can clearly see. But again, just to show you, second calc, 0. For the third one, you're going to go now it's going below it first. Go in order of the cursor, so now below it, then go above it, hit enter, and then you get 3. So those are the 3 zeros if we would have factored it. If you want to find the maximum value, so we talked about maximum is going to be the top peak and minimum is the valley. So if we want the maximum value, you do the same thing again, go to second calculate, and we want the maximum. Now remember, we just want the y value. So we're going to go over to the left of the maximum, and then we're going to go to the right of the maximum. Hit enter. So the maximum here is the y value is 1.76 if we round to the nearest hundredths place. So we do need the calculator to find the maximum, and then the minimum, same thing, second calc, we want to go to the minimum, because right here's we're going to go to the left-hand side of it. You can change your window to see it a little better, but I know if I go to the left side and above it, I'll be okay. And we're going for the minimum, we're going to get -12.13. So really this part is just a review for you guys, is to find the minimum, the maximum, and the zeros. We did this already with quadratic. We're just doing it now with to the third or fourth power, but it's the same concept. And again, if you have any trouble, you can always take a video and show me what you guys are doing. So